Sup goats, it's Joe, and welcome back to a new review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Lee Tapes EP by Neonix. So Neonix is back. It's been, I think, exactly 4 months since he dropped the Lee Jenningser EP on Never Say Die Black label, the late Never Say Die Black label, rest in peace. And I've said this before, but Neonix as a producer has really grown on me in the past half year or so. Tunes like Tinge, the Donnie Yen remix, I'd been sleeping on for a very hot minute. So I'm definitely a fan of his stuff, most definitely. So this EP, Cyclops Recordings drop, I don't have much to say about this EP. Before getting into the track list, my overall thoughts I sort of planned to have at the back end of this video. So without further ado, I think we can get into this. Oh, and before we get into these 4 tunes, shout out to Neonix and his manager once again for supplying me, for giving me early access to this EP. It just makes my week when producers go out of their way to support reviewers by doing little stuff like that. So huge thank you to them, much love. Anyway, Lego. Alright, so track 1 is titled Steven. This tune is thick, in your face. Chunkiness here is defo felt. Everything here is choppy as well, but it's nicely arranged to fit into the mix. It's neat. And that guttural sustain though. The drops progress almost horrifyingly, again specifically because of the sustain. The dissonance on it and how forthright it is. And the hoarse bits of sound surrounding them too, of the sustains, it just makes for a grimy aesthetic overall. You only start to notice some progression in the second drop during the switch. By then Neonix just goes all out with everything to make up for the not so noticeable development in the first part of the drop. After all this, tune just ends abruptly. But still a very solid start to this EP. This is one of 2 pretty heavy tracks for Neonix, especially on this EP. Wait for the notes to announce themselves. The way he implements the sustain is crazy. Right here. Alright, so track 2 of this EP is titled Josh. The flow all throughout this tune is definitely more easygoing than Steven's flow. The hollow tonal sound design just chugging along. Pretty flavorful. Nice tails to the sound design. I enjoy those. The sub down below is just throbbing almost, pulsing in and out. It provides a nice bounce to the tune, like the whole track is hobbling along almost. Also, nice little glistening sustain up top too. Like it's suspenseful almost. It's pitch movement. Slightly deeper take on the synths in the second drop. More atonal too maybe. But yeah, overall another solid track. I pretty much got into it. It's not necessarily chill or laid back, but it just moves along swiftly. Alright, so track 3 of this EP, Froggie Anime with Syzy, featuring the legend himself, Dum Dum. That's Neonix's side alias, by the way, I'm assuming. Anyway, this is what you would expect of a collab between Neonix and Syzy. It's their first official collab as well. I don't think Zanen was ever dropped. Just fluid movement backing up that belching, croaky sound design, hence Froggie Anime. It's pretty low-key too. And to be honest, it is pretty typical for both of them. But I'll get into that in a minute. Light switch-ups throughout both drops. The fake-out in the second drop is pretty solid. It's a vibe. I like the goofy yet kinda sinister feel, similar to what we usually get from Neonix's typical output. But it's a bit different here because Syzy's on the track too. His implementation sort of alters that in a way. But again, I'd have to say this is my least favorite track. Overall, the tune is pretty formulaic and doesn't stand out in both Syzy and Neonix's discographies. Not saying it's generic, not by any means, but it's not stand out for them specifically. Alright, final tune of the EP, last but not least, most definitely not least, Pain Packer. This was my favorite ID off of the 2021 showcase. Needless to say, it is my favorite. Like the enveloping arps in the intro that almost bleed together, and these drops, bro. Love how the front sound design sort of jabs out at you from below before like dipping out, and the sustain. The sustain, one of the best I've heard from Neonix yet. I love how it's so present in the mix. It reminds me of the sustain in Akios and Syzy's remix of Feel It All, actually. Overly shrill and screechy and just, ugh. The first drop delivery right before the switch isn't as out there as everything else, but once the switch comes in, it defo makes up. Yeah, a nice little calm before the storm type midsection. Second drop fake out is also very nice. The way the sustain filters in with the rumbling grittiness down below. And that burst delivery in the drop suits everything else so damn well. And yeah, another non-existent outro. Not that it needs one. This is the heaviest Neonix song I've heard in a hot minute. Pain This fake out. I gotta reload that one time for y'all. And yeah, I'm fucking out of breath. That was the EP. I just love how visceral he makes his sustains on this EP. Even though I don't mind the majority of his sustains when it comes to his other music, I actually enjoy them for the most part. With this EP, they're just much more powerful and purposeful and make themselves noticeable as main drop ideas rather than just backing elements. And the couple little sustains that are in the back of the mix with some of these tunes, you instantly pick up on their presence, which I really like. Their movement is just so clean. And timbre, of course. So, did I like this EP more than the Lee Jenningser EP? I think so. I think so. Mainly because it's more focused, compact, and thicker, just more raw. I already said that there was something off about the Lee Jenningser EP's aesthetic, especially the intros and the outros, and by something off, I mean something off that I like. That almost horrifying aspect is more or less fleshed out here. And yeah, this EP is just as diverse as the Lee Jenningser EP, but has so much more to offer, I feel like. It's also a personal preference thing, to be fair. I enjoy the ideas on this EP more, but its heaviness is straight up heavy, its wonkiness is goofy, and it fits pretty damn well into the Cyclops aesthetic. Yeah, nice EP. Anyway, the Spinner Boy JOAT. That was my review. Thank you all for watching. Drop your opinions in the comment section below. What was your favorite track / moment / highlight? What was your least favorite track / moment / highlight? Do y'all think I capped whilst giving some of my thoughts on this EP? And yeah, also make sure to let me know your favorite, let's say your top 3 Neonix tracks in the description below. For me right now, it's Pain Packer, Ting, and the Donnie Yen bootleg. What about you? Make sure to join my Discord server. Link is at the top of the description, as well as follow my Twitter and the rest of my socials if you'd like, but mainly my Twitter since I'm trying to expand that. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video.